Boy, it's a lot going on. Oh, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. It's too much going on. Like, what is happening today, okay? Today has just been one of them days. Jeez. Alright, y'all. Black Sacrifice, what it do? Broad, what it do? Long time. Y'all, it's been a lot going on today. I've been on the phone with Remo on and off today. It's a lot. And now we can kind of talk about it a little bit. Jesus. Alright, so day 3 of the Lil Durk trial just ended, okay? Earlier today, I reacted to Remo dropping that Doodie Lo was Co Conspirator 4. A lot of people was definitely running different things. Some Chicago bloggers was running different things saying it wasn't Doodie Lo. But we gonna talk about it. Cause y'all know, hold on. I be forgetting I be on Facebook too. But let's talk about it. So y'all know Doodie Lo is my boy first and foremost. And y'all know when it comes to court cases, when it comes to that, y'all know I keep it factual. I keep it what it is. And I'm definitely gonna have to speak up for my boy, okay? So alright, let's talk about it. From the beginning, Co Conspirator 4 was always alleged to have dropped the location of Quando Rondo. That's always been the storyline in the indictment on the court case for Co Conspirator 4. Okay? If you follow me on YouTube, y'all will remember I did a video saying that, okay, Seti Nash could be Co Conspirator 4 because the internet was saying it was Brick Baby. And I said, well, how we know it's Brick Baby if it could be Seti Nash? They both fit the criteria. Now, I said 2 years ago, people missed the fact that Co Conspirator 4 was not listed as a California nigga. That was a part that people was missing. They assumed it was a California nigga, but the indictment never said Co Conspirator 4 was a California nigga, okay, at all. Boom. So, fast forward, nothing else has been said about Co Conspirator 4 since the original indictment in 2024, okay? Nothing else. So, fast forward, okay? We are now actively in trial mode, okay? And things are starting to get released. So, today, OTF Jam took the stand, okay? And confirmed, okay, that Doodie Lo was the one that provided the location of Quando Rondo, okay? And said he got said location. And let me pull up the tweet because I don't want to misquote what was said. Give me 1 second. Let me just, so I can read to y'all. So, Trap Lil Rose tweeted, OTF Jam confirmed Doodie Lo is Co Conspirator 4. Gave Quando's location to the killers in a FaceTime call after they landed in San Diego. Doodie got the low from someone who was supposed to deliver weed to Quando, according to Jam. Now, shout out to Remo, okay? Remo is working on something for me on the back end, so that we can get the actual wording. But this is coming from Trap Lil Ross, okay? Now, I will be the first to say, sometimes when it comes to Trap Lil Ross, I'll be a little skeptical about certain things he said. This is not one thing he said, okay? That I'm skeptical about because it has been confirmed to me, indeed, that Doodie Lo is Co Conspirator 4. Okay, so when Trap Lil Ross, I know he's not capping on that part. Okay, it's just y'all know me. I gotta wait till things public. Okay, I gotta wait things public before I say something. Okay, but nevertheless, that's a fact. It's a fact. As far as the trial, let me put it. As far as the trial, it's a fact. I wonder who got that camera in the courtroom. Well, according to some lawyers that was out there, they're not monitoring people's electronics when they come in. See, here in Columbia, South Carolina, you're not getting into our federal courthouse with a phone. You have to leave phones in the car. In Chicago, you can take phones into the building. You just can't take them into the courtroom. In Savannah, you can take them into the courtroom. So each, court has different things. And when we're talking about an overflow room, basically you're in a courtroom with a monitor. So maybe they're focusing more on the regular courtroom instead of the overflow room because the picture was taken from the overflow room. But yeah. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know why in the hell, okay, Doodie Lo is outside of people's courthouse every day. Knowing he co-conspirator 4. I don't understand that part, okay? He got... I'll be scared as hell, okay? But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much where we at. That's what's going on. So now the identities of almost the first 6 has been revealed. Cause Co Conspirator 1 was Lil Durk. Co Conspirator 2 was OTF Jam. Co Conspirator 3 is the old manager for Lil Durk. Co Conspirator 4 has now been revealed as Doodie Lo. Co Conspirator 5 has not been announced, but I'm leaning towards is Boona. No, Boona. Hold on, which one? Boona. Or is it Booney? Shit, one of them, okay? I'm leaning towards, that's my opinion. I don't know for sure yet. And then Co Conspirator 6 was Zoo, Long Live Zoo. So that means Doodie talking or no? I ain't familiar with the term. No. A co-conspirator, right? An unindicted co-conspirator just means you haven't been charged, right? But you fall into the storyline. Now, an indicted co-conspirator, right? Meaning you got charged, right? And OTF Jam got charged. However, he's testifying. He turned, snitch. Doodie Lo, to my understanding, now I want y'all, because y'all love to later on say something. To my understanding, okay, it's none of that going on with Doodie Lo. To my understanding, okay, again, quote me when I say to my understanding, okay, it's none of that going on. Durk still communicates with Doodie Lo. I know this for a fact, because I have been around him in real life, and Durk has called him since he's been locked up in recent times. So I know for a fact Durk still talks to Doodie Lo. To my understanding, Doodie Lo has no pending cases or nothing like that. So I'm gonna say off my knowledge, okay? Nah, it ain't none of that in his situation. Now, he better tread lightly, okay? Because that, you know how the feds work. They come pick you up later on. It can always be another roll of the dice when it comes to this indictment. Because at the end of the day, they had OTF Jam on the stand talking a lot of gang stuff today. Okay? And anytime they outline gang activity, it's okay. Now, I want y'all, for those who have been following me for the O-Block case, I want y'all to keep in mind, it was multiple unindicted co-conspirators on the O-Block case. Okay? That never got charged. Never got whatever. With these type of cases, basically they get who they want on the case, and that's where it's at. Now, that's not to say if they want you later on, they ain't gonna come for you. But they get the key players in there. Now, I'm gonna be honest. My personal opinion, as far as why Doodie Lo, even though that's a significant piece when you're talking about dropping somebody's location, I don't think they don't have evidence that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that to say, like, how can I put it? when you talking about a FaceTime, like they may not have the evidence that a FaceTime actually occurred, like proof. They got Jam saying, yeah, it happened on FaceTime call, right? I don't think they have evidence of a FaceTime call. Because you need not only evidence, but you need a witness to confirm the evidence. So it's something that they don't have. Jamming the Bull, it's crazy, okay? Truth, we need you at the courtroom like the FBG Duck trial. Not this time. I'm going to tell y'all. So, long live Zoo. Me and Zoo was very close when he was alive. When the indictment came down and he was aware of the indictment and of what was going on, he told me that. It was just, again, that was my buddy. He was telling Mickey, not Mickey the blogger. So, I just felt like I wanted to stay away from it because of my connection to Zoo. Again, I don't know about none of that. I ain't know these niggas when all this was going on. But me and Zoo was close, and I didn't want, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to say too much and then get him hemmed up. I ain't want to get myself in some shit thinking I knew too much. I ain't none of that. So I felt, and I told y'all without telling y'all in the beginning, I wasn't going to be up in the mix like that. I learned my lesson from the O-Block case, okay? So I was just trying to, like, the O-Block case, I ain't know nobody, okay? And got caught up in mess. So I really ain't want to get caught up in this mess like that. So, that was that. You know, I didn't want to get too close to it. Now, since then, me and Doodie Lo has always been cool. And we recently have been doing content together, been in the mix with each other. So again, I ain't want to be nowhere near the situation. So that's really why I decided to not go. Because actually, Doodie wanted me to come out there this week while he was out there. And I had prior engagements I had to do this week. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was nervous. Because it's crazy out there, okay? It's crazy. You got Trap Lil Ross out there with 2 bodyguards and all that. And you got all the streamers in Cali pulling up. It's just too much going on. But again, my nerves be real bad. Y'all know I still got PTSD from the O-Block trial. But it was just too much. I just felt like I was too close to the situation because of my connection to Zoo and because of my connection to Doodie Lo that I didn't want to really be there. I'm just going to be honest. You definitely from Savannah. I'm not from Savannah. I'm from Columbia. I'm South Carolina. I'm not from Savannah. But yeah, I wasn't trying to feel it. Like, at the end of the day, y'all can say what y'all want. I was not trying to be in the mix, okay? At the O-Block trial, don't feds come tap me on my shoulder. Taught me right then and there I never want the feds to tap me on my shoulder. So I just wanted to stay out the mix. My accent, yeah, but no, I'm from South Carolina though. So yeah, that's really why I didn't go. And I wanted to though. I really wanted to. Especially when I saw that Sadie was out there and things like that. I just kind of strayed away from it. So, again, like I said, the Co Conspirators, to my understanding, they knew who they were a long time ago. Everybody was lawyered up. Doodie Lo got a lawyer. Zoo had a lawyer. It's just certain things just couldn't be said publicly. You get what I'm saying? So, that was the thing. But yeah. If this is what's going on with Jam on the stand, wait till Bonnie get on the stand. I ain't gonna lie. I low-key wanted to go out there for Bonnie's testimony because that is where really a lot of the Zoo stuff is going to get introduced, because Bonnie was the one that was telling on Zoo from the start. I don't know how much they're going to allow to come in since Zoo isn't here anymore, but you know, that is definitely somebody who definitely, if Zoo was here now, Zoo would have definitely been indicted on that 4th indictment, for sure. They would have took Bonnie off and they would have added Zoo. That's a fact, for sure. And it's just messed up. And I always play back my last conversation with Zoo, where he was trying to tell me Bonnie was telling, but it was going over my head at the time. Because for those who don't know, I went viral for talking to Bonnie's dad. And Bonnie's daddy was saying a lot of things, just like he's saying a lot of things now. And when Zoo hit me up to tell me not to believe what he was saying and all that, I really didn't know what he was referring to, right? But now I know what he was referring to. Why would the feds wait, though, to get to Bezoon? So, how it go, again, it's not easy. Again, they talked to Vonnie multiple times, right? And if you pay attention to how the indictments have been rolled out, they first introduced Bezoon's name in indictment 2. Or was it 3? No, it was 2. Indictment 2, right? At that time, Bezoon was deceased, right? By the 3rd indictment, Bezoon again, no, that was the 4th indictment. I can't keep up. It was the 3rd or 4th one. But by then, Bezoon is deceased, and this is where they say Co Conspirator 6 is deceased. He died October, I can't even remember the date. But you know what I'm saying? They bring that into play. So it's all about having all the details needed in that time to bring on the case. This is why superseding, fuck it. Y'all get the word I'm trying to say, okay, are very important. Because the first indictment is going to be what they're ready for at that time. Then they do follow-up indictments as they get more information. And Vonnie has gave a 302. For those who don't know what a 302 is, that's when you give a statement to the feds. They put it on a form called 302. Vonnie has been given those up until like last month. And maybe haven't did it past in October 2025. He died their birthday month. Yeah, he died my birthday month too. Like, we're all in October. Why Booney Mo not indicted if brought in jail? Is it Booney Mo or is it Boona? Because I'm getting confused to which one it is. Y'all know them two, it'd be kind of confusing. Who is it? Boona? The one that's... Hold on, let me remember who is who. Boona is the one that's fighting the murder in Georgia. Booney Mo is the one that's on the drug case that just got the drug time. So, who was it? Action. Booney Mo. But why would he be indicted? You gotta understand, it's like you still gotta have evidence. So even if you have somebody saying, hey, yeah, Booney Mo, like, okay, say Jam. Jam say, yeah, Booney Mo, brought me in on the hit or whatever. Okay, do you have anything else other than that? Do you have a phone record showing that you was on the phone with Booney Mo at this time? So it's not as simple as just because somebody's name is mentioned, they're going to get arrested. And then you got to understand the importance they are to the case, right? Now, you would think when feds or police pick up a situation, they want everybody involved. Like, okay, if you shut the door, we need you on this case. If you did that, no. Because if you add too many non-factors, really, it's going to blow your trial. So they really pick up the important pieces that makes the story make sense. And I feel like, to me, now this is just my opinion, Booney Mo is gone for 7 years, okay? He got the drug case, 7 years, okay? It probably was going to be more hassle of adding him to this case as a co-defendant than it was just to have him as an unindicted co-conspirator. And I feel like it's the same situation with Doodie Lo. I feel like it's the same situation with Ola. So, now, that's my opinion, okay? Because, again, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, and 5 are not, they're alive and they're not arrested. Okay? And, again, I can only speak from what I personally know. So, I can't tell you what Doodie Lo does every day, all day. But to my understanding, right, he's not looking at getting charged. That's not to say later on they won't charge him or something. But as of right now, to my understanding, that's not what's going on. To my understanding, Booney Mo is not getting charged. To my understanding, Ola is not getting charged. The same way with the O-Block case, we had, I'm so rusty, I can't remember everybody's name. But they had Boss Top, they had all those people, none of them ever got charged because they wasn't important to the story or to the case at hand. Okay? So, that's just my 1-2 about it, right? But yeah, I wanted to come on because a lot of people, and a lot of people do come to me for certain situations because they be like, oh yeah, she know Doodie. Is she gonna say something? Of course I'm gonna say something, okay? But I had to wait until it was publicly known, you know? Moonwalk, C. Murder, Los, and C. Thing. No, those was the people that actually was charged. But what I'm saying is it was unindicted co-conspirators like Boss Todd, Duke. It was people like that was named as co-conspirators in the case, but wasn't charged. So that's what I was saying. Like, I actually know the names of the defendants, but these are people that wasn't charged, but they was named in the indictment. The same way it is with Doodie Lo and everybody. But I will say this. Doodie, stay your ass from in front of them people courthouse. You is taunting them at this point. Stay your ass from over there, okay? Get your ass on a flight, take your ass back to Georgia. But yeah, y'all got anything else? I do supposed to go live tonight on YouTube with Music 101, and we're going to break down everything that transpired. But you know, I just had to come and talk to y'all about the Doodie Lo aspect of it, because I didn't want y'all to think I was ducking no conversation. But you know, it's just certain things it be having to play out. But it has been confirmed in court that Doodie Lo is co-conspirator for. Can Jam pull a YSL Woody later on? Hell no. See, the difference, okay, with Woody and Jam is a killer. Woody wasn't fighting nobody, okay? He was trying to prove he wasn't the killer, okay? Jam done admitted. I'm going to tell y'all, if y'all have been following me in particular, if y'all remember when we followed, when we did Queso and ATK Scotty trial, Jam is like a Jacksonville Butter type character. I think Lil Tim gonna be the secret guest that's gonna speak on Durk's behalf. Lil Tim? I ain't gonna hold y'all. I don't see Lil Tim or Quando Rondo having anything to do with no courtroom. I ain't gonna hold you. And I'm gonna say this. Y'all know I followed Quando Rondo's federal case. I went down to Savannah, sat in the courtroom, and his demeanor when he was fighting his own case, I doubt he's going into any courtroom for somebody. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't see that, okay? Because of Bonnie Dad. And Bonnie Dad, shout out to him because, you know, we went viral last year for our conversation. Bonnie Dad had a lot to say, okay? Bonnie Daddy said it was a paid hit, this and that, but it got to come with proof. Even if he is willing to testify, I believe at one point he said he was willing to testify. Even if he's willing to testify, you still got to have other proof. You have to have paperwork. You have to have this. You know. Oh, that's fine. I mean, even if his mama was that's not really important. But, yeah, you know. But, y'all, I'm going to get off here because I got to be on YouTube Live. And I don't want to, like, be hoarse by the time I get on there. But, so, y'all just make sure y'all tap in. Yeah, they ain't doing nothing. I'm going to be honest. I just don't see that on some real shit. Him or Laquanda Rondo. But I'll be on YouTube Live at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, okay? 9 p.m. Eastern Time. The link to my YouTube is in my bio. We gonna break down everything on YouTube Live, not just, you know, the Doodie Lo aspect. But with that being said, to sum it all up, yes, Doodie Lo has been named as Co-Conspirator 4 by OTF Jam. I'll see y'all at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.